Hi folks, within a couple of hours OM Digital will announce a new OM-3 camera along 3 updated Micro Four Thirds lenses, and this is going to be a very important announcement for the company because, as you know, they are writing red numbers and not making really big sales on the cameras and lenses they announced the past years. And so we have to see if this camera will be well accepted or not by the Micro Four Thirds community, or even some Fujifilm, Sony or Nikon shooter that maybe wants a different camera, because the camera has some potential but also some downsides. And I'm making this video because the camera will be announced within a couple of hours, but I have the full specs already and also images. I will share them quickly in this video. Just keep in mind the announcement will happen on February 6th European time at 6 AM London time. In the description box below this video I already have the links to the OM-3, because for example BH Photo already has the page up without mentioning OM-3, but you can see the page, and those pages will list the OM-3 and the new lenses. So if you click on those links at 6 AM London time, you will be able to pre-order the camera or see the specs of the camera if you are interested in this camera. And those are affiliated links, which means I get a small commission if you use them to make your pre-order. You don't pay a cent more, and you will help my channel and myself to keep going on doing rumors. Okay folks, now let's talk OM-3. First, let's go through the specs and the images I leaked already on 4three-rumors.com. If you want a full spec list with every single detail, just jump over to 4three-rumors.com. It would be a 20 minutes long video if I would read the full spec list of the camera, so just jump over to the site to see everything. If you are a nerd and you wanna see every small detail, I'm only going over the main specs of this camera. The camera will use the 20 megapixel sensor of the OM-1 but with a different coating to prevent dust on sensor. It has the 2.36 million dot EVF of the OM-5. It has the 3-inch 1.62 million dot swivel touchscreen LCD of the OM-1 TruePic DMX dual quad-core processor, 5-axis image stabilization with up to 7.5 stop compensation, IP53 weatherproofing, 6 frames per second, 4K 30p, the weight is 413 grams, and the price will be 1,999 euros in Europe, 1,699 pounds in the UK. I don't have the US pricing yet, but it should be below $2,000. So that's regarding the OM-3. For the lenses, you know there will be 3 updated lenses. The 70mm 1.8, the 25mm 1.8 will have better dust and splash protection and updated looks, and the 400mm lens will get 5-axis lens sync IS. And OM Digital also listed the key features of this camera that they think will move people to buy it. So I will go through the key features they mentioned: the creative dial, the 4 color profiles, 4 monochrome profiles, the color creator and art filter, the computational photography button with the quick access to 6 computational photography functions, the absolute reliability with IP53, and the professional quality compact form, lightweight metal body, 7.5 stop stabilization, 20 megapixel sensor. This is really a camera that will sell or not sell mainly for 2 reasons. For the looks, of course, and for the art filter that is the same of the Pen F. I talked with a couple of sources that tested the camera, so they were not impressed, of course, by the specs, because the specs are just a mix of the OM-5 and OM-1 The most disappointing part is that it uses the older EVF of the OM-5, 2.3 million dot EVF, which is really low a resolution. Would have been nice if it would use the same OM-1 5.7 million dot EVF, if I recall right, so that would have been super. So that's a bit of a disappointing news. It uses the same sensor that we already know, but that could be also okay. There are smaller improvements when it comes, for example, to autofocus performance. I've been told it's really nice, but really it all goes down to the looks and to the filters of the camera. And when it comes to the filters, some sources actually told me that the art filters, monochrome and color filters, actually really great, but it's a very personal opinion from those testers. So we have to see if this is something also that you will like or not, but they really worked on those filters, and it looks like this could be really working out for some people. and the look of the camera. They all think it's a gorgeous camera. It's a bigger, wider than the OM-5, but still a light camera. So of course we only saw the specs and the images of the camera, so it's hard to make a final judgment. I always only make judgments after when holding a camera for real, after using it, after a longer period of time, and then you really get the feeling if this is a camera that is working well or not for you. So, but my quick opinion that we share now in this video is just based on specs and on the looks. I think it looks great. I like the art filter, so I know it from the PNF, so I think this is okay. And I think also those are really two strong points for the OM camera. The specs are overall underwhelming, or not the thing that really would push me to buy the camera. And also probably a major hurdle will be the high price tag, because €1,999, just below under $2,000. This is expensive camera. I just imagine if this camera would cost $1,400, $1,500, it could really potentially sell really well because of the looks of the art filter and so forth. Close to 2,000, it will cut off probably some of the potential buyers like youngsters and so forth. So I don't know. I really don't know. I'm really curious to see tomorrow what the pre-order numbers will be. Let me know in the comment system what you think about this camera. If you think the look and the art filter will be enough to make this camera popular and go over the relatively high price tag and not so super exciting specs. But I'm really crossing my fingers for OM Digital, so I have mixed feelings about this camera, but I hope they will make big sales on this camera, because I hate to see a company go and a history like Olympus with their pen and OM cameras that really were super successful. I hope they will find a way to turn around things so that they can keep doing OM cameras and pen cameras. I would really hate if all that would disappear suddenly. So we all have to hope that art filter and looks will be enough to make meaningful sales, and then maybe down the road they can release cameras with new tech and be a bit more bold also on for example, a sensor level and so forth. That would be nice. And of course, PNF2 and so forth. Keep in mind that there will be many announcements after the OM-3, because there is a Sigma announcement coming. 1 or 2 lenses probably will be announced. Sony will announce the 2 lenses that I already mentioned. Of course, Panasonic will announce the S1R2, and I still have to get a confirmation about the possibility of a new lens coming with that camera. And then after that, I am already working on other rumors, because after the CP Plus show, Fujifilm will have an announcement on March the 20th. I heard about the Sony announcement coming also 1-2 months after the CP Plus show. A very big announcement. And of course, also I told you that Panasonic will have another camera announcement in April. So I think the biggest announcement will happen after the CP Plus show. So this month is for some lenses, for cameras like the OM-3. Today we also got the Nikon 35 1.2Z. All nice and fine, but the bigger stuff, the major scans, will happen on between end of March and end of April. So that's what I heard from my sources. So, folks, that's it for today. Again, click on the links in the description box if you want to check out at 6 AM London time what the OM-3 is all about, and if you want to pre-order it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, and I see you soon, folks.